This is the University of Karate. We're continuing our talk. We're with Sensei Mike Biddle, who has over 40 plus years of practice of Uechi-ryu and many other styles. We're talking about conditioning. We had talked previously, we're continuing that talk about the conditioning of the body that is very rarely seen in martial arts, but it's a very unique touch point for Uechi-ryu. I think only Kyokushin has something similar, but Uechi-ryu is known for its iron body, being able to take tremendous blows to the back, to the arms, to the stomach, to the neck, while doing sanshin. The conditioning of the arms, kutiki tai, which is the arm pounding, leg pounding, latimus dorsi pounding, developing the shins. We're continuing our talk with Sensei Biddle and getting his thoughts concerning how this is a point of warning and pros and cons. Sensei Biddle, what are your thoughts?
So on the topic of conditioning, as I said in the prior video, what you see now with the boards slamming on the arms and the shins and the breaking things, that's the show. That's not how you get there. You can get there by practicing breaking things and hitting things and all that, but that's not how you're supposed to get there, and I'll explain that. What we see now is a result of a strong body. The misinterpretation of that is how we got to the strong body. It's been lost. The interpretation now is we've got to hit ourselves, we got to beat ourselves, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, as a practitioner of Uechi-ryu or Panganun from China, learning to properly tense the body, properly move the body, and create that half hard, half soft expression within the body will naturally develop those mechanisms for defense. The positioning of sanshin is designed to protect the vital areas. When you get in a sanshin position, you tighten and you squeeze down and you close the solar plexus. When we test that, now they don't hit the solar plexus, but when I was young, we actually hit the solar plexus. So if you didn't have that closed down properly, you were going down with a gasp. So it's not about the strength, it's about the positioning. And the way we hold our head, the way everything within sanshin, we could spend hours on that, but that's not the point of what I want to make. It's about performing the proper movements and the proper alignments will properly condition the body. And off camera or off video, I was showing John, I haven't done any arm conditioning in probably 25, maybe 30 years. And I showed him how just by tightening my arm, and I did a chop on my forearm. And
It's a demonstration.
This is a demonstration. I just slammed my hand down on my forearm and said, look, this is just from tensioning over the years. I don't feel this, it didn't hurt. And then the funny thing, I wear an Apple Watch. The alarm went off thinking that I fell. So two things are interesting there. There was enough force generated downward on my arm to think that I fell. And two, on my arm that I struck, I didn't feel anything. And John can verify my arm didn't fall down to my side with the impact. No. It stayed and remained where it is. That's not done by striking with boards. That's done by the kata, the sanshin. That's done by sanshin.
Yeah, I just want to interject that when you look at the Apple Watch, because I was going to get one for my mom when she was alive, because they made this device have this feature where if a grown person falls and you have that traumatic shock to the ground, it registers and it will ask if you're okay. If not, it'll call 911. But the fact that he hit his arm so hard, his watch was about to call 911 on him, I think is just a testament to what kind of development the arm can have through these exercises. This is a technology verification here.
Yeah, exactly. And just by learning to move and position yourself within the forms, you learn how to tighten those areas. And if you take an impact, your body is going to naturally get into that tensing mechanism. And that's a topic for another video, is how that dynamic tension actually works. but the body, you will train the body to do that. It's a natural reflex. The fact that they hit people with boards and does that, it should be simply a demonstration of, hey, this is a practitioner who's done this for a long time and look what he can take. Mm-hmm. The fact that they develop it by hitting boards sort of misses the mark.
Right. Let's close with this one point. Are there some dangers from being overzealous in hitting the makiwara or conditioning the arm? Can you have some negative effects that either at the time or somewhere down the line you'll see some problems from being overzealous in this type of conditioning?
Well, yeah, and there's two reasons for that. One of the things is people, when they start conditioning, they get too aggressive and they go too hard. If, for example, you're going to start conditioning your shins, it should take you years. I started out, I was smarter about it, right, somehow, I don't know, but I was. I just took a rubber hammer and just lightly would tap my shin, very lightly. And then over a period of several years, I was able to increase that force. And it's designed that way, but human nature is not very intelligent. We want to do too fast. So we start whacking on things, and then you get damage. And ultimately, if you do, and one of the reasons why I stopped doing a lot of stuff is you can develop arthritis in the joints and those fingers and things. And I always thought, well, if I was practicing martial arts for longevity, I didn't want to be crippled by it in my age. And, for example, I was practicing hitting something, and it was a box that I thought was full of boxes, but it turned out it was furniture in there, and I actually broke my knuckle, my left knuckle, and John, you can see that. No, I'm sorry, it's this one.
Okay.
It's too big. That's damage, but now unfortunately, I don't have pain there. I don't have arthritis. I don't have any joint pain or arthritis or anything from Uechi-ryu itself. It's from age. If whatever I have is from age. But yeah, certainly it needs to be managed properly. And ultimately, it doesn't need to be done at all. It should be a product of, not a way to.
All these are different guideposts and counsels for those that are considering such a path, that they may have some wisdom of how to appropriately move forward. Some things you may not have thought of. Again, we're here at the University of Karate, and we're looking at various points in science, biomechanics, physics, culture, history, trying to draw from the past to get a path in the future. We're here with Mike Biddle, and we'll see you next time.